My son said there was someone living inside the walls. Low bass rain ambience, distant scratching sounds. My son was 6 years old when he first told me about the man in the walls. At first I laughed. Kids imagine things all the time. Invisible friends, monsters under beds, people hiding in closets. It's normal. At least that's what I thought until the scratching started. My name is Michael Turner, and this happened 3 years ago. My wife had passed away the year before. After that, it was just me and my son, Ethan. We moved into an old house outside town, hoping for a fresh start. The house was cheap, too cheap. But I ignored the warning signs, the peeling wallpaper, the strange smell, the fact that nobody seemed interested in buying it. I told myself we were lucky. I was wrong. The first week was normal. Then one night during dinner, Ethan looked up from his plate and said, "Dad, the man in the wall says hello." I laughed. What man? The one who lives behind my room. I assumed he meant an imaginary friend. Kids do that, so I smiled and changed the subject. But Ethan didn't smile back. He looked serious. Very serious. His name is Thomas. A chill crawled down my spine. Thomas? Ethan nodded. He comes out at night. That evening I searched his room, closet, under the bed, behind furniture. Nothing. No secret spaces. No signs of anyone. I almost forgot about it. Then the noises started. Every night around 2 a.m. Scratch, a scratch, a scratch. Inside the walls. At first I thought it was rats. The house was old. It made sense, but the sounds didn't move like animals. They sounded deliberate. Slow, careful, like fingers dragging across wood. One night I stood in Ethan's room listening. The scratching stopped immediately. Complete silence. Then I heard something else. A whisper. So faint I almost missed it, coming from inside the wall. I couldn't make out the words, but someone was speaking. The next morning, Ethan looked exhausted. Dark circles under his eyes. "Did you sleep okay?" I asked. He shook his head. Thomas was talking again. My stomach tightened. What did he say? Ethan stared at me. He says you shouldn't look for him. I didn't sleep that night. At 2:13 a.m. the scratching returned, this time louder. I followed the sound to Ethan's bedroom wall, the same wall behind his bed. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Then suddenly, 3 knocks from inside the wall. My blood froze. 3 deliberate knocks. Someone, or something, was answering me. The next day, I hired a contractor. He inspected the wall carefully. No pipes, no animals, nothing unusual. But before leaving, he said something strange. "Your son isn't the first kid who talked about someone in this house." I stared at him. "What?" The contractor hesitated, then shrugged. "Never mind," but I could see fear in his eyes. That night I searched the history of the house, and that's when I found it. A newspaper article from 1987. A child named Thomas Bennett disappeared from the property. 6 years old. Never found. The case went cold. The photograph made my heart stop. The boy looked exactly Ethan's age. His name was Thomas. The scratching became worse after that. Sometimes it sounded like someone crawling inside the walls. Other times it sounded like whispering. And every night Ethan became more withdrawn, more tired, more afraid. Then one morning, he said something I'll never forget. "Thomas wants me to come inside." I installed security cameras throughout the house. The first few nights showed nothing. Then, on the 4th night, at exactly 2:14 a.m., one camera glitched. Static covered the screen when the image returned. Someone was standing in Ethan's room. A small figure, pale, motionless, watching him sleep. My heart nearly stopped. The figure looked like a child, but something was wrong. Its limbs were too long. Its head tilted unnaturally, and its eyes reflected no light. I rushed upstairs immediately. The room was empty. Ethan was asleep. Nothing else. But when I checked the footage again, the figure was gone, as if it had never existed. The following night, Ethan screamed. I ran into his room. He was sitting upright in bed, crying. He touched my hand. What? Thomas touched my hand. I grabbed him immediately. His skin was freezing cold, and on his wrist, there were fingerprints. Tiny fingerprints. Like a child's hand. That was when I decided to leave. I started packing the next morning, but Ethan disappeared before sunset. His bedroom window was open. His room was empty, and scratched into the wall above his bed were 4 words. He came inside. I called police. Search teams arrived. Dogs searched the property. Hours passed. Nothing. No footprints. No signs of kidnapping. No evidence. Then one officer found something. A loose section of wall behind Ethan's bed, hidden beneath old wallpaper. They tore it open and discovered a narrow passage inside the walls, running throughout the entire house. My knees nearly gave out. Someone could move through the walls unseen, watching every room, listening, waiting. Police entered the passage. Their flashlights disappeared into darkness. Several minutes passed. Then one officer screamed. The sound echoed through the house. Everyone rushed inside. What they found was never officially released. But one officer later told me privately, there were children's drawings covering the walls, thousands of them, all depicting the same boy, Thomas. And deeper inside the passage, they found a room, a hidden room, filled with old toys, dust, broken furniture, and tiny handprints covering every surface. But there was no Ethan, no Thomas, nothing alive. Then one detective noticed something written across the far wall, a message scratched deeply into the wood. 6 words. He brings them to me. Days passed. No sign of Ethan. Weeks passed. Nothing. The investigation stalled. The media lost interest. Everyone assumed he was gone. Everyone except me. Because every night, I still heard scratching, not in the old house, in my new apartment, thousands of miles away. Scratch, 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 inside the walls. At first I thought grief was driving me insane. Then one night I heard Ethan's voice, soft, faint, coming from inside the bedroom wall. Dad? I froze. Tears filled my eyes. Ethan? Silence. Then another voice answered. A different voice. A child's voice. He's busy. My blood turned cold. The scratching started again. Louder. Closer. Moving toward me. Inside the wall beside my bed. Then came 3 knocks. Knock, knock, knock. Exactly like before. And a whisper. So quiet, I almost missed it. A child's voice. Smiling. Dad. Thomas wants to meet you. Static erupts. Screen cuts to black. End.